Welcome, Cristina Elena Penciuc, because you are very welcome to our family of teachers and professors for Collabwith, because you are preparing your first masterclass about sales. So sales masterclass, we are going to kick off this series of monthly sales masterclass. So welcome, Cristina Elena, to our Collabwith family.
Thank you, Hara, and hello to everyone. Happy to be here with you all.
And you are here because you are a super master on sales, and you are teaching as well sales people. So your first masterclass is about the art of storytelling as a competitive advantage for this Friday, 24th of June at 12 noon. So why storytelling is so important for sales?
Storytelling is important for everything where we want to open a door. And in sales, even more important, because that means that someone has taken a decision, has to choose us, and us being a founder, a provider of a service that has, let's say, managed to achieve a match between something that is wanted and what we're offering. So why is it important? Is because someone actually has to choose us, and has to choose us from, first of all, their status quo, what they're used to in doing or choosing right now, and choose us from any other alternative out there. And storytelling is a way to create that magic to lead to that choice.
I am already looking for this masterclass, because how you are talking about, sales and everything now is like, whoa. Here is another, I think, planet like we have to discover, because it's super interesting how, entrepreneurs, but as well academics and super innovators incorporate, like we are selling all the time and we don't realize this. And
Exactly.
when we have an idea, we are selling our idea to the senior management team, to other teams. When entrepreneurs, we are selling to customers, but as well to suppliers and researchers. They are selling the research all the time to industry, to papers, to journals. So it's part of the innovation ecosystem, and no one is talking about this. I don't know why, like there is this kind of misunderstanding of selling being super dirty, or, like fear of commercialization, fear of why, and no one is tackling this. So no one is, I think, approaching this topic like we need to approach. So what is your perspective with sales? Like what are the emotions and your philosophy of selling?
I think you touch on a very important point, a very valuable point, which is part of my answer to your question. We need to redefine the way we consider sales, and not immediately assume that it's just about a transaction in which there is an exchange of goods, services that have a monetary value necessarily. And you mentioned about selling ideas, selling maybe an offer, not even a product. Just as founders, since we are in a community of entrepreneurs, of innovators, before we get to the monetization part, there is a long journey of having to sell to so many other parties before we get to the point of even being there in the market with a ready to try offering. So think of all the MVPs. Think of all the resources that you need to acquire to create something. Think of all the partners that would need to invest time in discussing with you, giving you even half an hour of their time. that's already something that you have bought. You have bought the attention and the time and goodwill of someone. So you have sold a why to them, why they should care about you and why they should spend that time with you. And my philosophy there is that people buy from people, and going a bit further than that, people buy from people they trust. So it will be reductive to refer of sales as a transaction for money alone, especially in the innovation space and especially in entrepreneurship.
Totally. And then talking about this masterclass we have on Friday, what is the agenda? What we are going to discover about storytelling for sales?
So we will focus on Friday on why storytelling, to give a bit of a context in terms of, demystifying different assumptions and perception that might be around this. And I will dig a bit into the neuroscience behind decision making. And then I'm going to offer a pragmatic approach on the North Star of a story that can be, let's say, used as a check-in to see for everyone, maybe founders in our network or aspiring entrepreneurs to check in where they are on this journey, and maybe those who have already an MVP on the market to see if they have an opportunity to improve of what they have out there. And then I'll offer a very pragmatic approach on where to start. And let's say at the end of the masterclass, perhaps everyone could have a check-in with themselves and say, hey, do I even have a story out there? And what if I don't have one story that I can identify, what type of messages do I put out there about what I'm offering, what I'm about, what I want to do? It's like, what do I want the world to know about me and what I'm working on?
Super interesting, super interesting. So you are preparing as well a workbook.
Yes.
So, and this is part of all the, we can say, curriculum trainings we are doing for the Collabwith premium members. So if you are a premium member, you will access to this masterclass live, so you can have questions with Cristina in real life, the workbook, and as well they can follow up with you, like you are the professional. They can have you there in the Collabwith community as well to discuss and to book you as their sales coach, which is incredible. Like, I think like we are talking always about business coach, we are talking about mindset coach and other type of coach, but I think it's super, I found super revolutionary to think about a sales coach. What do you think, Cristina?
Well, I'd say there are different ways to look at this. You can get someone who has worked in sales since forever and has done deals and closed deals, and ask them to teach you how to sell. And probably they'll have the same questions if they're a good person, a sales good person, successfully sold. The same questions I'll be asking you as a coach. So every principle that you would use in creating a connection with an audience, with someone that is a prospect and you would want to have becoming a customer, those are questions that you will have to answer to even before you're in front of a decision maker. Plus, what I would say is that nowadays, if we're looking at the trends in the market, you may not be seeing the decision maker depending on what you're selling, but that decision on whether to choose you or not might be taking way beyond before you even have the FaceTime with someone. And there are studies out there showing the emerging trends on virtual selling, which is not necessarily new as an effect of the pandemic, but it has been, let's say, transformed, accelerated by the new behavior trends in buying behavioral trends. So this means that what is out there about you will shape those decisions, whether to choose you or not.
Interesting.
So a story that is working on your behalf, that tells something about you while you're sleeping, it's your new account manager. All right.
Oh my God.
So think about that. Think about while you're sleeping in Western Europe, someone in Sydney or Singapore is reading something about you. So you have a prospect before you start your day in Paris, Amsterdam. This is a perfect ideal scenario, of course. You'll have a converting leads while you're sleeping. But I think this is a bit the mentality that you have to look up for, creating those opportunities across channels in a consistent way, having an hygiene of your presence out there, making it easy for those you want to do business with to get to know you, reach you. And the checklist is long, but it's really important to know what you want, with who you want to do business, and make sure that you meet them where they are. And that's why we're talking about customer journeys and other things like this. So we need to have a vision, a clear vision about what we want to do. And I think storytelling is a servant of that vision.
Wow, I am already impressed, Cristina. So I am super looking forward for Friday. So this was a little bit of a snapshot we have for our masterclass on Friday, 24th of June at 12 noon CET with Cristina Penciuc. So Cristina, thank you very much, and see you on Friday for our first sales masterclass.
See you there. Excited to be with you. Thank you.
Thank you.